Well, it's actually not bad out here. I mean, my gloves are on low, they're not on high. But you should be able to see me in there, red, orange, and yellow guy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the demo first.
Okay.
So again, me being the red, orange, and yellow guy, that means I'm the warmest thing inside the frame. I always point that out because you mentioned we're looking for those cold spots. They're going to be blue and black. We're always going to have blue and black in there. It's chilly out here, like you said. So signs, cans on the ground, things like that are going to be picked up on this. I'm looking for those blue and black areas to either take shape or to start moving on their own. So when I say take shape, I want a head, shoulders, moving arms, and legs. Like, that's what I'm looking for. The cool thing about this is I do have it set up with a blue dot. The blue dot is there to show you the coldest spot in the frame at the moment. So it's going to move around quite a bit. I'm looking for 15 plus degree temperature drops out of that blue dot. I think I wrote down it was like 48 degrees out here for us. So I'm going to be looking for like 33 degrees and colder, and I also want it to move, because if it's standing still, it's probably on a windshield, it found a can in the leaves, so forth and so on. I still want it to move across the screen. So again, we might not have the blue person, but we might get that one little small entity that's trying to manifest. And I love to give you stats about my equipment too, because you guys all watch the TV shows and YouTubers when you come to see me, expecting something every single time. I capture about 4 to 5 pieces on this guy per year that I would put my stamp of approval on, not per episode. So again, I do this over 200 times a year. So, and that's my own investigations plus the tours. So that kind of gives you, like, I have thousands of hours that I've reviewed, and again, 4 to 5 pieces where I'm like, oh shit, like, that's good. I get excited. So yeah, if it ever goes to like the app menu, it's in the top left-hand corner of the screen, because that's the only thing I use on there is FLIR itself, and then I use a separate app to splice everything together. It's called Splice. But that's like literally all that's on that phone. And that's a Google Pixel phone, by the way. Like, that's a last year's model.
Yeah.
Like, that was my old phone. I'm like, oh sweet, I got an extra one.
Yeah.
Playing hide and seek with me. Like, it's getting these big spikes and then like back down to 0.
Playing tag.
Yep. Just typing away. It's good. Like, she's getting something that's going to be relevant, because my word list sucks. Like, there's nothing going on here. Got the number 40, but unless she's heard the word art or it was in there, I can't count it as anything, because it doesn't really mean anything here. And the newest words always go at the top.
Okay. Produce, purified.
I mean, produce could mean a lot of things. It's very vague. I would need a noun to go along with it. Sorry, English guy. I need the full thought.
Yeah.
Oh, and when we're done, you guys will actually have a list of like the apps that I use and trust, and they're all free. So this is one of them. I mean, I use a paid version to get the bigger dictionary out of it. But all right, let's cherry pick. What do you got now?
I got stay, I want you, I need you, to help shift your mind, earns.
Urns? As in like funeral urns?
That's what I got, like, but yeah, it was like an old man voice saying earns.
I had another 30 show up while I was standing over there, and that's only because I asked. I was like, whoever's here, just get closer to me. Go over 25. You know, you got to get close. And I got that 30, so it was like a direct response. And that was the only response I got. I mean, you guys see the flat zeros I got right now. But I like to help shift your mind. It just makes me wonder if somebody else is here. What's the date today? 5th?
Yeah.
Or is it the 4th?
Yesterday was the 4th day, so that was the 4th. Yeah, today's 5th. Yeah.
So, I mean, no specific dates really come to mind with any birthdays or anniversaries or such with this family. But again, that's the fun part for me, is like maybe I'm missing something where I get to learn more. So I'm going to call this one a wrap, because you haven't really gotten a shit ton. But I'm pretty happy with these numbers, which means you just miss things in real time.
Yeah.
My word list sucks. We just went over it. Nothing meant anything to him, or else he would have been like, what's that?
Right.
But we're going to cover the answers. We can hit stop on your record. We're going to go told him what happened. He laughed his ass off too, just like my daughter, because he already got the complaint. And he's like, you're not allowed to go down that far. It's residential. You're going to have to figure it out. And he hung up the phone. Well, I'm like, well, damn it. Yeah, let's get you away from that AC. That better?
Yeah.
I want to make sure we can get a little bit of silence. So anyway, what I told my group that night was, I don't believe in the next story because I'm not into pirates. I'm into vampires. So normally I would tell you a pirate story next, but we've been kicked out of there too. But if I tell you we're going to be discussing pirates, who do you think we're going to be discussing?
And Bonnie or
Blackbeard is normally the right answer.
Yeah.
You're on point, because somebody heard the name Anne with a spirit box before we left. I didn't tell them we were going to be looking into Anne Bonny. So I was like, well, maybe we will get something. So we go around the corner. I told them what I did know about pirates in Charleston at the time, which wasn't much. And then somebody else with another spirit box heard the number 300. I didn't know what it meant. I wrote it down. I go back to the office. The research showed that we were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. The exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial. I normally get your reaction all the time. I was pissed off. Let me explain. I didn't want to do a pirate story because, again, I have plenty of degrees in all matters of writing and English and masters and all of the things. That's a problem, because pirate stories come from pirate lore. The pirate lore was written 100 years after the golden age of piracy. We don't know how accurate it is. Anytime somebody found something that could be a piratey term or an answer to a direct question, I had to watch 4 documentaries and read 3 textbooks to try to verify one answer. However, I did go through and find a good similar type of research story, and it was a great story. One year, it was actually my big finale, because everybody wanted to know about Anne Bonny. We're just not allowed over there anymore. I'm only telling you this because we're going to the place next to it. We're allowed there. But the bleed over from the pirates does trickle over. So we might actually see some things that are still going on over there. So when we go up and around the corner, as I'm telling you the story, I'll swap out your camera and show you how the new one works. Obviously, did you want to try out those headphones to see what she's hearing right now? You might want to check it out, dude. It's pretty badass.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's only got one ear on.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, because it was because of AC?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, take her headphones for a minute while we're still here.
Okay.
I always I want people to try this thing out because it is pretty damn crazy. And it's literally wherever you point those microphones is where you get the better sound. So that device was actually purchased for another location, but we're not allowed at the location that I would end the tour with anymore. So the location from here to there, I took it out because it's too far out of the way of where I have to do the ending location now. So, but it was a murder mystery, and we were getting direct answers, like real voices coming through there. Not a whole lot of them, but it was a great story. It was a murder mystery, and it's a little bit more recent. Like, it's only 100 years old. So I bought that so we can actually get direct EVPs, and I was like, how am I going to use this device now? So I decided at this location it's good because this way we can get the actual whistles instead of it, you know, getting the muffled ones on the camera or the voice recorder that I'm wearing. So with that one, like, again, we've caught 1 or 2 with it so far in the past few months, so I'm hoping we're going to continue to get more. Unfortunately, that damn air conditioner is like super loud.
Yeah, it scared me. I was like, oh shit, what is
Yeah,
that?
you got like that full intense, like she
Yeah.
had complete silence until that thing showed up.
Mm.
I figured I'd also give her a chance to play with that thermal for just a minute.
Do you like using the ones that like do the stick figure and stuff like that?
So I bring the stick figure camera out, the SLS camera, when I have 10 people, only because I use it for debunking purposes, and it's also great for like those under 12 kids, and I show them how it actually works instead of what they're finding on TikTok.
Right.
And
Yeah.
again, if I find something in there, I have quite a few pieces that are, but it's like any other camera, 4 to 5 pieces per year that I would say, hell yeah, that's a ghost. Because I take a lot of screenshots and I brighten them up. I want to make sure it's not picking up the outlines of the foliage around us, the tree, the sign, because it will do that. People love to send me like their footage of inside of some location, and it's the exact outline of a chair, and they're like, somebody's sitting in the chair. I'm like, no, it's the outline of the chair. Like, that's not a person sitting there.
Yeah, I see
Like,
what you're saying.
Yeah, so, and there's a lot of things about that camera. Like, I even called the developer of it because I used the GhostTube SLS app just because it works the same way the Connect camera does. It just makes it portable for me. I put it on a decent sized iPad so the kid can handle it with the handles and walk around with it. And nobody suspects that the kid is filming anything weird, so let the kid play with his iPad. But there's certain things about it, like it has to have 3 points for the face because it's a depth perception camera. So the depths of your face are 2 eyes and a nose. Eyes are behind, nose is in front. So if there's not a 3-point like headed figure on there, I dismiss it. Like it's garbage at that point. If it's just a singular dot, it just means it's picked up on something else.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I do use them, but it's a lot of debunking. But it also takes me the longest amount of time to go through it because if I'm like, I'm not sure what that is because it was too dark, especially for the locations we visit, I have to take a screenshot and then brighten it up through some filters and then see what was behind it to see if it was the outline of that tree right there.
Right, and not like.
So if the screenshot is garbage, then obviously I wasted my time and I have to throw it away out of my computer and then go back to the video. So I do that with every one. And I probably do 15 to 20 screenshots per video. You know, and those videos are usually only like 45 to an hour long. So, but yeah, I have one of those too. It's just big and bulky.
Yeah, I got you.
And I had one of those Connect ones like they're showing on your like the TV shows.
Yeah.
And the reason why they use those instead of the GhostTube app is because it looks more tech.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like it's got wires everywhere and it's heavy and whatever.
Yeah.
So you should basically put that in a room like on a tripod and walk away from it. Like know what it's looking at and walk away from it. Like leave the damn room. So if something pops up when you're not there, you actually can count on it was legit. Instead of it being held and it's picking up on the different dots of the depth perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should not be held. So it's another reason why I don't only bring it with people of 10. It's cool footage to watch though.
Whoa.
It just stopped.
Oh my fucking Jesus.
Alright, we good with this
switch?
location?
That was
Yeah.
very loud.
Alright, so she needs her headphones.
Oh.
And then I'm gonna take the, it gets a little bit of feedback. So I'll stop this guy. No, you're gonna keep the headphone. So you can plug it back in your spirit box. Not that I don't have enough headphones, but why unwrap another pair? Yeah, super loud. And it's almost like the shock effect when you take it off.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, like, why don't we hear like this?
It's I use I mean I don't know if you've heard of Peltors.
Yeah.
It's like that. Just louder.
Yep. So I have a co-host for my podcast, and he's another investigator. He's actually like me, like he is a pretty big skeptic. Like he wants to go into the science of this, and he uses a different type of recorder. And he paid like double the amount that I did for this one, but I sent him like the different quality between his audio and mine, and he's like, "Oh my god." I'm like, yeah, half the price, and it's actually a musician's recorder. I was like, it doesn't always have to say ghost hunting on your equipment.
Right.
Like you got to know what the hell you're buying.
Right.
So I did a lot of research before I picked this guy up. I am going to check my word list real quick just to kind of see where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah, this was kind of nice that we had the whole alley to ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, climb is good. Bones is good. Yes, I'm happy about that.